Praise the Lord. Doctors are here. I want to run through 24 dreams indicating or depicting that you are being monitored or chased by spirit wife. And you know that demons are mysterious, evil, spiritual entities and beings who are actually sexual in nature. They want to copy human beings. They want to do everything human beings do. And that is the problem. So some of the activities look natural. When you see them or depict them or experience them in the dream, you know that you are being teleguided, periscoped, pigeonholed, waylaid, stalked, pursued, or eyed, or tracked or traced by demonic beings, these spiritual prostitutes of marine powers, incubus and succubus. So let's just go right on. Number one, sex in the dream. Anytime you wake up from dream and discover that you are having sex in any way, shape, manner, or form with any being, with any entity, human beings, known or unknown, or creatures, it doesn't matter the type of sex, consensual, rape, sexual molestation, sodomy, whether the sex is with even family members in the dream or any kind of illicit sex, you know that you are dealing with a case of spiritual wife if you're a man. And it happens such a way that sexual dreams are defied, or they cause defilement, contamination. We call it spiritual pollution. And it's evil union, which is demonic wedlock and deadlock, and its depiction of demonic covenant. And you know every demonic covenant is bondage, is yoke, is shackle, is chain, is putting you in perpetual captivity and causing trouble and mayhem in your life. It is, or rather, it causes delay of breakthrough, delay of prayer, manifestation of blessings. And you always see me or hear me talk that blessings do not exist on top of a curse. So this kind of illicit union brings curses. So it's not of God and it's not good, and it has one interpretation: evil sexual marriage or demonic union. So that's number one, to show that you are being tracked or traced or waylaid or sexually molested by evil spirits, spirit wife to be precise. Don't forget that even though spirits don't have gender, they take any form. This one, they take the form of a woman, usually beautiful. And when you see somebody in the dream having sex with you, whether you know the person or not, whether you believe it or not, when you wake up, that is evil union. Sometimes they come in disguise. They come with an ex-boyfriend, ex-girlfriend, or ex-partner, or former partner, or even current partner, or current wife. So when you see them, you know it's trouble. Number two is any form of wet dreams, even if there is no sex, which is unexplained or mysterious, or any type of orgasm, or someone messing with your manhood or reproductive organs in the dream, which includes inappropriate touch, caressing, and sexual advances. You know you are dealing with demonic sexual wife monitoring. Number three, if any animal is licking your organ, especially reproductive organs, like dog or cats or snakes or any creature for that matter, you know that you are dealing with a sexual demonic wife, which is dream wife. Now, when you wake up from such sleep, you might start feeling pain and excruciating discomfort, and you feel drained and used. You know that you are being tracked, you are being traced, you are being teleguided, telescope, periscope, being monitored, waylaid, or even being embarrassed and harassed by these beings. Number 4, someone lying near you or near your bed in the dream, even sensing someone trying to enter your bedroom, is also the same dream. So even if it is your wife or partner or husband in the natural, whenever anybody is entering the room while you are sleeping, that is a bad sign. That is the demonic, evil, spiritual wife trying to make an inroad. Okay, so you discover that this is an unwelcome visitor, an intruder, and a strange woman. Most of them are marine powers, a marine spirit wife, which we call siren, or spiritual prostitutes of Succubus. Number 5, engagement or wedding ring missing in the dream, or even if it is happening in the natural, you know that spiritual wife is chasing or monitoring you. Number 6, someone giving you flowers, rings, wedding favors, money, or love gifts, and as well as proposing to you in the dream or telling you love stuff. You know that you are already being married to a spiritual wife who is monitoring you. Number 7, exchanging vows with strange woman, or where you see yourself where you are proposing or promising each other marriage. Number 8, seeing or wearing engagement or wedding rings in the dream, or wedding ring brandishing itself to you, lying around, or underwater, or having or experiencing sensation of wedding ring in your ring or covenant finger. You know that you are being tracked, monitored by these evil spiritual beings, because the sensation in the ring or covenant finger sometimes may not happen in the dream. It may happen in your waking moments, but the phenomenon is still the same. Number 9, this one is very common. Eating, drinking, snacking in the dream shows that the enemy is making a deposit, an identity gadgets to monitor, track, trace, and identify where you are at every spot. You know that you are being teleguided, monitored, pursued, pigeonholed, periscoped, waylaid, or being chased around by these spiritual entities. Number 10, child of God, is any type of sensing a presence or feeling that someone or presence is watching you while you are undressing, or while you are dressing, especially before a mirror, in a dressing room or your dressing room, before your dressing mirror. I mean to say, this is demonic peeping Tom. This time peeping Tom is a woman, it's a spirit wife. So if you sense or feel, or even in your imagination or think, remember, dream is not just about supernatural, but also the subconscious. In your subconscious mind, if you feel that somebody is around looking at you, moving at you, or trying to peep at you, then you are dealing with a spirit wife unknowingly. Number 11, dreaming, feeling, or sensing or imagining yourself having a home or another home underwater or in a strange place. So if you feel that you have double life or two lives, and that you have a home somewhere or a family somewhere, or even with children material like children clothes and toys and children stuff, you know that somehow you have another home somewhere with a wife that you don't even know or can think about, but it lingers in your imagination. So don't think twice. It's a sensation or feeling or thinking that yes, you have spirit wife in the realm of the spirit, and they are making an inroad into your spirit or imagination and trying to notice you or notify you that they are very much around. Number 12, waking up with evil body marks, incision, scratches, cuts, and unexplained bruises in your body. That means they are giving you identification mark. It doesn't matter where you are. They will trace and track you in the spirit based on that mark. So these mysterious marks shows that you are being monitored, waylaid, tracked, stalked, even with an evil eye, that the enemy is in espionage and spying and prying in you and your affairs. Number 13, if a woman is calling your name or writing, texting you in the dream with amorous words and intentions and calling you pet names like my love, sweetie, sweetheart, honey, sexy, dear, then you know that these are demonic escapades, an amorous escapade by demonic spiritual wife. Number 14, if you dream of demonic companionship with the opposite sex, like hanging out in bars, parks, beaches, and that you are partnering with someone you don't know, talking or seeing yourself hanging out together in malls, sitting down in cars, holding hands, or walking around with somebody you don't know, but it's a woman, as if it's a companion sitting beside you, whether in the car, whether in the beach, whether in the park, whether swimming together. The way husband and wife do things together, doing grocery together and so on in the dream, and you wake up, it's not your fiancé. It's not the person God is directing you to marry. It's a spirit wife following you around, just like natural companion, natural life partners. So this is a time that calls for spiritual warfare prayer to disengage, disentangle, dismantle, destroy, and divorce yourself thoroughly from these spiritual beings. Otherwise, you won't fulfill destiny here. Number 15, if you see yourself in the dream taking pictures with a lady beside you, just like you take portrait of husband and wife or pictures of husband and wife, or even being videotaped together with a strange woman in the dream, regardless of occasion or orchestration, then that means you are being pursued, waylaid, tracked, and in companion with an evil spiritual partner, or the so-called evil, invisible soulmate that is a lady. This is demonic wickedness. Number 16, wedding in the dream with street clothes with a woman you don't know or can't recognize her face, or wedding, whether it's in the church or in court or traditional way or any other way. It doesn't matter how you join with a ring and with a priest officiating or with justice of the peace, you know that you've been wedded in an evil union and deadlock in the spirit with a spirit wife, and it will not leave you alone. It will keep on monitoring you because it's indirect covenant and demonic initiation through evil dedication, because they are very selfish, they are very recalcitrant, they are very possessive, they are very unrelenting, and they are very, very jealous. Even though you don't know that this thing is happening in the spirit, they take it as real. You may not take it as real. Spiritual things are normally unreal or looks abstract or imaginary. until it begin to have an effect or toll on you, because dream problems translate to life problems. Number 17. Now, if you have a girlfriend, a date, a fiancé, or wife complaining of spiritual attacks or molestation, pain or stroke or any kind of disease or even accidents, after they hang out with you and they woke up from dream complaining of spiritual attacks anytime they are with you, then you know that you are being teleguided with a spirit wife. There are that are very jealous and recalcitrant. There may be physical attacks and accident and unexplained tragedies after hanging out with someone you know that the spirit wife is involved, and they are jealous and they are coming to attack with vengeance, who they think is their partner, that you are trying to take him away from them, and or him, and that shows you there's a spirit wife in operation. Number 18. If you have stuff crawling in your body after contact or intercourse with a partner, a prostitute, a friend, a ritualist, a contract or contact, occultist, or visiting spiritist, or visiting cemetery, funeral home, or receiving text from a stalker who is an occultic. So anytime things are crawling in your body and you could trace it with a contact with a witch, with a necromancer, with an occultic person, or with a girlfriend you don't know the identity, or even with a prostitute, any of these things shows that you are being monitored. Those things crawling are not ordinary. They are snakes, they are moving objects, they are serpentine demonic deposit and gadgets, and that is not good. That means you are being monitored, traced, tracked, waylaid, pursued, and chased by the so-called spirit wife or dream wife or spiritual prostitute of Succubus. Now, I'm looking at number 19. If you are dreaming that you are already married to someone else, if you are single or you are not having affection with your current wife, if you are married, it shows that somebody is in between you and your real wife. It shows that somebody is in between, somebody is causing trouble, somebody is actually causing wedge between you and your partner, or between you and your future partner or future wife. So any dream that you are having, you are feeling as if you're already married when you are single, or that you are married to another person when you are already married with another one. If there's sensation of feeling or dream or imagination or surreal thinking in that direction, you know, especially if it doesn't go away, you know that there's a spirit wife involved that is causing trouble or causing division or causing lack of affection or lack of love. You hear this always. You see people that start good as lovers, all of a sudden, I don't love you no more. Or somebody who just leaves the fiancé or the wife-to-be or the girlfriend or the date, all of a sudden, no announcement. You know, just little quarrel, they break up, and you won't hear from him or her. You know that spirit wife is at work behind the scene. 20. Seeing someone with a tube or device siphoning your semen or stroking your testicles. This is very common. And they are taking your semen and taking it to their sperm bank in the spirit realm, in marine world. So that means the person is married to a marine spiritual wife unknowingly. Sometimes people may know, but they don't know how to interpret the dream or what to make of it. 21. Seeing a natural woman in the dream. This one is number 21. It means that if you are seeing a naked woman rather, in the dream, or people naked having sex, you know that you are being monitored, being teleguided, and being spied or eyed by evil spiritual wife. 22. If you are a man and you are having erectile dysfunction, orgasmic failure, and lack of interest in sex if married to your wife, but you have interest in some other woman or some other person outside a legal or covenanted wedlock, then you are dealing with a spirit wife. Number 23, persistent low sperm count or no sperm count, which we call azoospermia, with attendant male infertility, whether it's primary or secondary, shows that you are being traced, tracked, waylaid, being monitored, and being infiltrated by a spirit spouse, a female, evil, spiritual prostitute of Succubus, the so-called spirit wife, or wife of the night, or dream wife. So this is very common, and this is not a dream. It's in real life. Most men that with low sperm count that is unexplained is because of these spiritual forces, the so-called spirit wife. And finally, 24, sensing a woman stalking, following you, or blocking your workspace or workstation, called stubborn pursuers, or follows you around, called follow spirit. This is a form of manifested spirit wife. The invisible soulmate or partner has become materialized in real life. So that means that the lady, the woman, or the so-called spirit wife is no longer showing up in the dream. It's now coming physically to disturb your work, to disturb your life, to track and trace you, to try to be company, and the so-called soulmate or invisible partner now become partner. So it's not always true that if something is spiritual, it cannot manifest in the natural. So we call this manifested spirit wife. So this is no longer dream, it has become reality. So with this 24 list, this is almost all the kind of dream a man will experience, and you know that there is danger, there is trouble in paradise, there is a green snake on a green grass, and that a spiritual wife is in the offing, is looking around, is monitoring and tracing and tracking, is waylaying, is monitoring, is pursuing, is spying and prying into your activity, who doesn't want you to rest, just like an evil, stubborn companion that is jealous, recalcitrant, relentless. They are also very possessive and very jealous. And this is the story of evil spirit wife. These are the 24 dreams you see, or you'll experience, or that indicates that you are being monitored, chased, or tracked, or monitored by evil spirit wife. Thank you, Dr. Ozo.